Welcome to ADI TV. In this next step of the guide to top trumps brief, I'm going to create a project folder. So first of all, on the desktop I've got my downloaded files, and I've also got my image and my PSD, which I've just adjusted version of the JPEG. First of all, I'm going to double click on this zip file, and that's going to unzip the files. Now you'll notice it's changed the file's name to top trump downloaded files. That's just so you know which files are downloaded. I'm going to open that directory. I can actually free to chuck that zip file away, or I can put it into this directory just for safekeeping. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new folder. So I'm going to have to press Apple Shift N, new folder. Alternatively, I could go up to File and hit New Folder, which is this option here. And I'm going to save this as my name, project, and I'm going to open that folder up. Now inside the folder I'm going to create two more folders, one called Elements, and another one called Output. Now the Output folder is for outputting your PDFs from Indesign, and the Elements is going to store all the files, like image files we're going to need. So with the two files open, I'm going to move the border mask, Illustrator template, and I'm going to pop those into the Elements, and I'm going to put the Indesign template just into the directory. So now I've got an output folder which should have nothing in it. I've got the Indesign template, and I should have the Elements, and if I toggle that open, I've got the Illustrator template and the border mask. I'm also free those downloaded files. I can put those into the project folder to keep it all neat and tidy. I'm also going to move in my Photoshop and JPEG, and I'm going to put those both into the Elements folder as well. Now I'm going to close that folder down. So I should have a folder called Your Name Top Trumps, and inside it I've got the output folder, I've got downloaded files, it's got a readme file which you can have a read of. It's also got the original zip file, that's just for safekeeping. Also got an Elements folder with the Illustrator templates and the images from Photoshop. And what's the point of this, I hear you ask? Well, it's really important to keep everything together, not just because it's tidy and it's more efficient, but actually if you start to put files all over the place, you're going to have real problems when you open up your InDesign file. So unlike, let's say a Word file, for instance, where let's say you type out some stuff in Word and you send it to your friend via email, they open it up and it all opens up perfectly on their end. If you send the InDesign file, it doesn't actually include any of the stuff that's contained within the InDesign document. So that means images, any kind of logos. Basically, they're all kept separately. And instead of actually incorporating them in the actual document, it remembers where those documents are and it links to them. So when you open InDesign, it looks inside your Elements folder and so on and so forth for the relevant files. Now if you haven't actually sent the Elements folder, then obviously it's not going to find those files and it's not going to be able to open up properly, and it will tell you that it's got problems. So by having a project folder and keeping everything that you use inside it, it means that if you go or need to send this file to someone else, all you need to do is send that whole project folder with everything included, and that way you're guaranteed that everything is going to be working and as it was when it was on your machine. So that's a really important thing to remember. I do go into more about this on ADI TV, and you can check out those tutorials. Okay, so next up we're going to actually open up InDesign and start putting the template together with the elements from Illustrator and Photoshop. The School of Arts and Digital Industries at the University of East London.